Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of our Go Shop Local, and I'm surrounded by food. It smells so good here. I wish you could smell it through the camera. But I've got Mandy with me here with Sweetpea Sweetshop.
Yeah.
Bit of a tongue twister, but I got it. So thanks so much.
Keep it tricky.
You betcha. So tell us, I guess, a little bit about your business and what do you provide?
I do a little bit of everything, I think. I started last July was the first time I started going to farmers markets, and I just took a little bit of everything: cupcakes, bread, carrot cake, squares, tarts, cookies, and then things just started growing from there. Right now, it's mostly cakes, cupcakes, pies, and like meat pies. I distribute through Midwest Fresh Produce, or you can buy them directly from me as well too. And yeah, a little bit of everything, cookies, you name it.
So everybody thinks of baking, they think mostly of like sweet stuff.
Yeah.
So you've got meat pies too.
We do a little bit of savory. Yeah, it just kind of, I don't really remember how I actually got started on it, but I had met one of the owners of Midwest Fresh Produce through the farmers market setting last year, and they were looking for a baker that could supply something like that. And I was like, hey, let's give it a go. And not so much very popular in the winter months, or sorry, in the summer months, but in the winter months they're very, very popular. So gearing up to get a stock of pies out to them for selling through their site and through selling directly with me as well.
So that might be more of a popular item now as we're coming into the fall season.
Yeah, they sold really well last winter through the cold months. They're quick and easy. They're full size pie, not like little tiny, and can feed a family of 4 or 5 very easily. And they're frozen, ready to bake, so they go straight from your freezer into the oven, and they're baked within an hour and ready to go.
Awesome. So what inspired you to do this?
I've always had a passion for baking. Some of my fondest memories as a child were baking with my grandmother and my mom, and then when I found out I was having a little girl, she's 2 now, but at the time I was like, oh yeah, we're baking for sure. and so when I was on maternity leave, it just kind of became a thing that I was doing quite regularly. I was blessed with a relatively calm, easygoing baby, so I'd prop her up in her high chair or in her little bouncy chair, and we'd bake. And as she got a little bit older, she'd like kneel on a chair, or now she just sits on the counter and watches. and that's kind of just how the baking became a regular thing within the household. And then my husband started making some comments along the way that, okay, you're baking too much, like you gotta start selling this stuff or slow this down. So when he made that comment, I was like, hey, that's a good idea. So unfortunately, COVID hit at the same time. So, but once farmers markets reopened, I started in that setting, going to the Border Cities Farmers Market, and then I also, for a period of time, was at Legacy DIY. And just through, I guess, word of mouth and being in those 2 locations, it's kind of grown from there. And right now, I'm exclusively just taking orders out from outside of my home. I don't, or from within the home. I haven't been to the farmers market in a while, and things like that. So it's been pretty good.
Busy, so good word of mouth.
Yeah.
So you started just before COVID?
I came up with the idea and created a Facebook page and started a page and all of that, and trying to get the word of mouth out there, and went through the application process to go to the farmers markets, and then it was like everything got shut down. Just continued baking at home at that point, and once things started reopening the first time last year, that's when I went to the farmers market setting, and then it just kind of kept going from there.
Great. So then so obviously that's been the biggest part that people have found you. And then you mentioned you started up a Facebook page.
Mhm.
I believe you have an Instagram
I
page
do,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So where can people find you there?
My Facebook and Instagram handle is the same. It's at Sweetpea Sweetshop.
Okay.
And I also have a website as well. I purchased through Vistaprint, so it's www.sweetpeasweetshop.ca.
Okay.
And yeah.
So basically people could go on there and kind of see
Yeah, I
samples
have my
or
menu and pictures and
Okay.
and everything are on there of everything. And same thing with my Facebook and my Instagram. Every order I always take snapshots of it
Get some
and post
inspiration.
pictures. Yeah. And the people of Lloyd saying they're great too. They want to support local, especially through this pandemic. They've been, every time I have an order, it's like, I want to support local. And if I
Right.
can't do an order for someone, if I'm already busy, it's like, do you know anybody else that can? So I even feel like the other small businesses, there's, half a dozen to a dozen other local bakers that I know that if I can't do an order, I'm like, hey, but I know this
Okay.
person that can, or check them out, they do great work. And so it's a really great community in terms of small business and people wanting to support small business, and I'm really thankful for that.
Absolutely, yeah. I found
Yeah.
that quite a bit in the city ourselves. That
Yeah.
the local support here is awesome.
Yeah,
I think we
it's-
live in a great
yeah,
community.
yeah.
So, what I'm kind of curious. What is the favorite, or what do you find is the number one requested?
My
item
pies
that you
are very popular. My fruit pies and I do those either freshly baked or frozen ready to bake as well too. But lately I've been steady with cake orders, and I love it. I love the creativity of the cake orders. It's so fun. Someone comes to you with an idea and it's like, my mind just starts going. And that's my favorite thing I think that I do for myself anyway, is the creativity that you get with doing cakes.
Cool. And you were mentioning to me before something about a pie subscription.
Yeah, I do. I have a Pie of the Month subscription. I have about 10 subscribers right now. So every
Okay.
month I feature a different pie. And this month is cherry pie. So how it works is you buy your subscription, and every month I bake a fresh pie on a predetermined, it's Friday, for this coming Friday.
Yeah.
I'll bake everything from scratch, and people pick up their freshly baked pies on Friday afternoon, and they go off and enjoy.
Cool. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I definitely encourage everybody to check your pages out. Like you said, you have Facebook, Instagram, and then could go to the website as well. You're going to see so much great. It's tough for me to stand here right now and look at all this, but
I
yeah.
purposely was like, the bread is literally still warm. It just came out the oven
Of
like
course.
5 minutes before you got here.
But it all looks amazing. So yeah, please everybody check it out. Mandy does, it looks like amazing work here, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
and,
I'm
good luck
having a
with
lot of fun
everything.
with it. I enjoy it, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to continuing on with it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me here
No
today,
problem.
Mandy.
Thank you for coming.